Hi, welcome back to my channel, to The Witchy Reader. So I'm going to do the New York Times by the book tag, which I saw quite a while ago, but I never got around to doing it, and I figured, why not, as a fun and quick, easy tag to do. So there's only 10 questions. It's really simple. What book is on your nightstand right now? So I have 7 books, right? 7 books on my nightstand right now because those are the books I'm reading for the Most High Readathon this month. What do I have on there? Let's see if I can grab them. Oh gosh. Okay, that was not easy. See? So Seekers, book 1. One of the Seekers, graphic novels, Calic's Adventure. This one is The Quest Began for Seekers. I don't think I mentioned that. Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone. Ever After High, Wonderland Full Life. The Shadow Realm Chronicles, Justin. This is book 3. This is Ruin and Rising for the Shadow and Bone trilogy. And then this is The Ghostmaker, To Take a World. Second book, and A Daughter's Ransom. Yeah. So yeah, let's see if I can attempt putting these back without them all falling. Okay, and I'm already not coming off to a great start. Oh, and 3 books fell. There you go. Okay. That was not easy. What is the last truly great thing you have read? So I've read a few things. I'm currently rereading Seekers, which is truly great, obviously. And I've been reading Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I am enjoying. So, yeah. Let's see. 3. If you could meet any writer and ask her a question, who would it be and what would you ask? I know it would be Erin Hunter. There's 3 because Erin Hunter is a pen name for 3 authors working together. And, I don't know what I'd ask. I have no idea. Maybe how you can be so... I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, how they could be so descriptive and without info dumping, and how they can make you feel, I don't know how to explain it, like how they can truly, like, for instance, Seekers, the bears, they somehow are managed to really get into their characters. I mean, all authors can. I mean, I can at least. But it's just, they write about animals, and yet they can make it seem so believable. These animals, and like, instead of them calling a road, they call it Black Path, because how will they know that because that's the human term, and it's just such an amazing thing, and I love their writing style so much. So yeah, but I don't know if I'll be able to put it into words. 4. What book might you be I can't speak today. What book might you be surprised to be on your shelves? Hunger Games? I mean, I don't hate Hunger Games, not like I hate Twilight, but I'm not a big fan. Maybe it's because I'm just so over love triangles. That is my least favorite trope. So if there's a love triangle in it, then I will kind of shy away from it. But I did read and watch the Hunger Games movies, and it wasn't all bad. There were certain scenes that I liked, and I did like these characters, Katniss and Peeta, and I liked them together as a couple. And there were some scenes, like when Katniss yelled into the camera at President Snow about the hospital that was burning behind her. I liked that scene. That was, a powerful scene. But yeah, for the majority part, I didn't like it that much. It was slow at times, and I'm not the biggest fan of dystopian anyways. I think I've only ever read 2 dystopians, which were Hunger Games and Divergent. And I did like Divergent a little more, and I think that might partly be because there's no love triangle, and love triangles get under my skin. Although I was talking to a couple people, and for some reason they thought there was a love triangle in Divergent. I don't know why, how they would have heard that. Like, who told them there was a love triangle? Because there's not. Like, Tris and Four had a connection from the start, and then there's no person getting in the way of that connection. They are together all 3 movies. I don't know. Number 5. How do you organize your personal shelf? I change it every so often depending on what my mood is. I'm kind of low on shelves right now. I only have my Aaron Hunter shelf right now, so the other books are in a bin. Actually, my other Aaron Hunter books are in a bin right now. I need to put them on the shelf, but I've been lazy. But I will get to it eventually. Hopefully before my best friend arrives, or maybe I'll just have her do it with me. But right before I lost my shelves, long story. But they kind of broke. They were crappy shelves anyways. But I guess it wasn't that long of a story. but I had changed it into something different because I mostly read fantasy. So I had my Aaron Hunter shelf, obviously, and then I had a small section of non-fantasy, like very small. I have the first book in the that one duology. What's the first book called now? I forgot. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I need to get the second book. I haven't actually read it yet, but I have that one. The third book in the Riverdale series. I need to get the other ones. I didn't realize it was part of the series when I bought it. Final Girls, which is like a thriller. I think that's it. And then the Aaron Hunter books. Those are my only non-fantasy books. Everything else I own is fantasy. So I decided to split up my shelves depending on what kind of fantasy they were, low, high, or urban. And I kind of liked that, so I think whenever I do get my shelves back, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll just change them again whenever I'm in the mood to change them. 6. What's a book you've always meant to read but haven't gotten to yet? Or do you feel embarrassed by any book you haven't read yet? Okay. I was trying to think of the answer, but I already know the answer. An Ember in the Ashes. I got the first book so long ago to the point where it still has its old cover. And then I end up getting the second book free because I won this contest on Twitter, and I was so happy because I never win those kind of contests. But I ended up getting the free book, and she said she'll send me any book from my Amazon wish list. And what book did she send me? The second book in the Ember Ashes trilogy. It's not a trilogy. There's like 4 books, but an Ember and Ashes series, which I found hilarious because I already owned the first book, and that was the only book series in there where I already own part of it, and I just found it hilarious how that's the book she ends up sending me. Coincidence? I think not. I do not believe in coincidences. Coincidences are not real. But that's just my views on it. But anyways, I got An Ember in the Ashes so long ago, back when I still lived in Florida, when I was at Barnes & Noble with my best friend, I think. Yeah, because I got that one and the first book in Ash Princess, so that's one too. I finally bought the other 2 books in Ash Princess as well, but I now own all of Anna Ember and the Ashes, all of Ash Princess, and now I need to finally read them, which they are high on my list, so I plan on reading them soon because I've been meaning to forever now. 7. Disappointing, overrated, or just not good. What's a book you feel like you were supposed to enjoy but didn't? I don't know. Is there a book I feel like I'm supposed to? Okay, maybe I do know that one. I'm going to go with Ever After High just because I enjoy the show but not the series, except for the third book. The third book, which is over there because I had showed it to you for my first question about what's on my nightstand. Ever After High, Wonderland for World. This is the third book in the series. I had discovered that book when I was in elementary school. Or no, I think it was in middle school. And I enjoyed it. But I did not realize it was part of a series. So finally, I wanted to know if I still enjoyed that book years later. And then I was like, why not buy the entire series and then finally get to read the entire series. And I did. And it was so hard to get through that first book. I was this close to DNFing it. But I wanted to finish that series so I could get to the third book, because that's what I cared about, the third book, if I still liked the third book. But it was a challenge. I think I know why I didn't enjoy the first book, because the first book is a lot like the first season of Ever After High, which I wasn't actually a fan of. I like a few things. Like, I liked when Ashlyn and Hunter came clean about their relationship, and then I liked when Ashlyn told the entire school how she felt about Hunter and that she didn't care what anyone else thought, because she originally broke up with him because of what everyone else thought. But then she was like, you know what, I don't care what everyone else thinks. I love you, Hunter. I want to be with you. And then I also like when they all go into those pictures and into each other's destinies and whatever. But other than that, I wasn't a big fan of the first season. So I understand why I didn't like the first book, because it reminded me a lot about the first season. Second book, I liked a little bit more, but still wasn't a fan. Fourth book, I wasn't a fan of either. Third book, I still ended up loving. I rated it 5 stars. And it was amazing and beautiful. And part of the reason is probably because it's about the Wonderland characters, and they're my favorite characters in the show, so no wonder I end up liking that one, because they're my favorite characters in the show. But yeah, so I did end up loving that, and my favorite couple kind of had a few moments in that book, which also helped. But if you guys like Ever After High, ever want to read the series, luckily you can try to read the entire thing, because you might like it. If you like the first season, you might like the first book and this and that. But if you didn't enjoy the first season and don't want to read the first book, to read the third book and see how amazing it is the only other book in the series you need to read to understand what's going on in that book is the second book, because the creature they're fighting in the third book is released in the second book. So that's the only book you have to read to understand the third book. So I'll let you know in case you guys wanted to try it, but didn't want to go through the boringness of the first book. And the fourth book is more of a prequel, because the first book starts at the end of summer. They're heading to school. Fourth book is the summer and then beforehand, and it's just a bunch of collective stories about what about all these characters did during summer. And even the ones about the characters I liked, I wasn't a huge fan of. So yeah. Okay, what's next? Number 8. What books are you drawn to, and what books do you stay away from? So I'm obviously drawn to fantasy. Fantasy is my thing. I'm the witchy reader. Fantasy, every day, all day. And then for the books I pull away from are romance and erotica. Different reasons. Romance I just find boring, and I don't get me wrong, I like a little romance. I like a good ship in my books, but I need more of a plot than just whether or not these two characters are going to get together, because we all know they are going to. But it's just boring in my opinion, and I can't handle all the sappiness all the time. I need something like fantasy where there's so much more on the line than whether a couple's going to get together, like The Fate of the World, for instance. And then erotica I just can't stand because of my asexuality. I'm all asexual proud today with my asexual necklace and my asexual shirt. It says, you can't fix my asexuality just like I can't fix your stupidity. I like it. But I can't handle anything sexual like that, so I can't handle that. But yeah. Number 9. If you could make the president read any book, what would it be? Seekers! Why? Because I'm obsessed and I need everyone to see Seekers. I need everyone to love Seekers, and I need people to talk about Seekers with and to understand its beauty, and I love it so much. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Number 10. What book do you plan on reading next? Well, obviously for my Monster High Readathon, and I was actually thinking for the next book to read for that, because I just finished the graphic novel. I finished it the first day of October, which was just the other day. So I finished one book easily because it was just like really so short. But the next book I was thinking about reading for it was Ever After High, A Wonderland of a World, because even though it doesn't seem that short, it is a pretty quick, easy read. So yeah, and I did read it once, so I already know what's happened, and I can read it faster because of that. But yeah, so that's all 10 questions. Who should I tag? I don't know if you guys done this yet. So people I tag, I'm sorry if you've done this before, but you don't have to do it again, obviously. But even if I don't tag you, you're all tagged. You all can do it. But I definitely tag the Book Wormhole, Dark Roots Creation, Beach Bump Bookworm, and Lucy Turned Pages. So I hope you guys do this video, and I would love to see your videos, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, please like and subscribe and comment. I forgot to say all that. And comment your answers or do this video, and even if I didn't specifically tag you, I still tag you, and I'll talk to you guys later.